Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Yaman, welcome. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Woo! Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda. So, continuing on, chapter 2, 240, page 248. Majikanda. The child hailed from an illustrious family of great scholars. His maternal grandfather was Nilambara Chakravarti. Lord Vishwambara is a great scholar, so it is natural that he would become attached to Lord Krishna. It is extremely pleasing to hear all the wonderful activities of Vishwambara. All of you kindly bless him, that he may develop the purest and highest devotional mood. So the devotees were impressed that when the Lord started to manifest himself in this world, because he was kind of hiding, so they couldn't tell who he was. He'd be going about his activities, and he was actually acting like a scholar. You know how scholars they don't show the symptoms of ecstatic devotion, and they don't even think it's a standard. They think knowledge is the standard or something, superficial knowledge. See, but the devotees became impressed when the Lord he grabbed the pillars. I'll just give you a recap of the first chapter. He came back from Gaia and he was changed because he met his spiritual master. See, it's always like that. You meet the spiritual master, you come back changed, transformed, because it's what it's supposed to be. If you got a real spiritual master, you're going to have transformation in your life. You're going to change. It's going to be different. You'll be different forever. Now, isn't that? Now that's potency, right? Now that's the kind of teacher you need to transform you into a spiritual person. Yeah. So he came back from Gaia, and he was ecstatic. See, he came back, and he would just say the name Krishna, and tears would come to his eyes. There you go. That's called attachment to Krishna. What is so hard to understand about this path? Okay? That's like, I read in coming up here, it's going to come up again because I love that sentence. The Supreme Personality of Godhead descended to this world in his name. How do you know that? That's a pretty big thing if the Supreme Personality of Godhead descends to this world in his name, isn't it? Wouldn't you think that it would be a monumental thing? But who actually shows the celebration? Can you imagine the celebration if the Lord actually did descend here in his name? Who's proven it? Who shows something extraordinary? If the Lord is descending to this world in his name, who is showing that this is actually the Lord descending here? Otherwise, it's just another name. How do I know the Coca-Cola is not the Lord descending into this world in his name, in the name Coca-Cola? Everybody's chanting Coca-Cola. Oh, Coke, man, I watched the commercials, man. Oh, I love Coke, man. Coke, I'm really attached to Coca-Cola. How do you know that the name of Krishna, Hare Krishna, is different than Coca-Cola? Because some of the gurus, like that Osho guy, he said, hey, man, chanting the name Krishna is the same as chanting Coca-Cola. And he became famous in this world. He had thousands of disciples, hundreds of Rolls Royces. That's what these guys like. He said, chanting Hare Krishna. Why did he say that? He had a right to say that. You know why? Because you don't see anybody chanting, showing that God actually descends here in his name. Show us something extraordinary if it's really true. See? Very few people can do it because it's not easy to be attached to Krishna. Krishna is the subtle of the most subtle. We have to get through all these coverings of the universe to get in touch, to touch the real Lord, or for the Lord to touch us. He has to get through all these coverings. Okay? That's a spiritual master. They bring the celebration of the name to this world. Didn't Lord Caitanya do that, by the way? Didn't he bring the celebration of the name, how glorious it was? Because you saw a person chanting something extraordinary. Aren't we bringing some extraordinariness of the name? Can you see, oh, wow, the Supreme Personality of Godhead has descended to this world in his name, because look at a Lalita Ganga chanting it, or a Johan, or any ecstatic devotee chanting it in ecstasy. How about Christina? She gets ecstatic in River. I think they prove that that name is actually God and no one else, unless they chant in ecstasy and show that it's true and it's not a fib. Maya's lying all the time. She tells you lies. You think these guys are telling you the truth now in this world? They're lying. They'll say anything. Oh, I promise. Politicians. You got politician gurus, man. Oh, yes, come to me and you'll come to Vrindavan. Give us all your time and money and energy and work. I know, been there, done that, man. Work. And we're giving you Vrindavan, and you get no Vrindavan, man. It's just a bunch of empty words. And oh, yeah, the Supreme Personality of Godhead descended in his name, but we never show it. Matter of fact, don't you show it. If you cry a tear, man, we're throwing you out of the temple. Don't you dare show that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is descended in his name. Do not show that. Show that the real guru is the checklist. Some mental contrived thing by a bunch of GBC members in a meeting. Politician meeting, But don't you dare show what God actually looks like in this world. Don't you show where he's actually manifesting and where people can deliver, because these gurus don't want you to deliver, do they? They don't want you to be free. You know how many gurus said, don't go to Gaur Haridas, where you can see actually the Supreme Personality of Godhead has descended in his name? You can see not only the ecstasy, which is fabulous, but you can see knowledge you've never seen before. You see a person confronting every one of those gurus and showing the emperor has no friggin' clothes. That must be the Lord coming here. He's the true father and director of this world, wouldn't you say? Do you see a little bit of extraordinariness in these classes? You see something different that you haven't seen before? But this Sangha is proving that the real mercy of Lord Caitanya is here. The real ecstatic love of God, which is the Lord descending to this world, is descending into the temples of bodies of River and Christinas and Toms and Lalitas and Janakis. See, they're proving that the Lord exists. It's true. It's not a fib and a lie. It's so much proof that we're going to convince demons. They don't believe there's a God. Not our kind of God. They're saying, well, if you got some kind of God like that, why is he not stopping our demoniac activities? See? Oh, yeah. He's doing it right now. We stop it with the truth, man, because it's good for you. It's good for the demons. Hey, man, we give you a better deal. We show you that our God, this God, really exists. He did descend in his name, man. Every day we prove it. We show you something extraordinary, summum bonum, 10th canto stuff. Stuff the devotees, after 50 years studying Prabhupada's book, still haven't attained because they haven't simply come here. And a person, Christina, had no contact with this. She's getting ecstatic. No contact with this. And they've been 50 years busting their butts trying to figure it out on their own, or their speculations, and they don't get any, not the ecstasy like this. They can't prove the Lord has really come in his name. Where's the celebration? I would say this should be a birthday every day for the Lord if you can bring him every day. They have to wait a whole year to celebrate the Lord's birthday, and then it's just a ceremony. It's not really the real deal. It's superficial. Here, every day you could see, hey man, look, the appearance day of Lord Caitanya is here today. Oh, look, Radha is here today. The appearance day of Radha is. Don't have to wait a whole year for an empty ceremony, external ceremony. Superficial flowers, flowers always wilt, but these flowers don't wilt, do they? Every day the Lord manifests here out of his grace. The flower keeps blooming every day. Isn't it amazing? Those flowers they give wilt. They have to get more flower, work their butts off. This is easy, man. The flowers here, the flowers in the heart are offered every day. Ever fresh flowers every day offered to the Lord. Isn't it amazing? Why doesn't all these people want to do the easy? Why don't you gurus want to get Krishna and be a real friggin' guru and deliver disciples like we do? Can you tell that these devotees are delivered? You've got these Radhanas have disciples for 40 years now. Jaipataka, 40 years, and you don't see any symptoms of them, having the Lord manifested in their hearts. Can't get them beyond religion, blind belief, and don't even know why. They don't even know why they're worshiping Krishna. Can you imagine that? How can you say that? Well, because you don't come here. This is why you're worshiping Krishna. It's all about coming here, because here is the door, man. Here is the keys to the kingdom right here in this little sangha. These are a bunch of nobodies that you think are nobodies, but are really somebodies to the Lord. Very important to you guys, and you don't even know it. Blind as bats as you are. Blind guides. You know what Jesus called them? Blind guides. You gurus are blind guides. You're following blind followers are following blind guides. And you know what Prabhupada said? And we're here to end that. Prabhupada said, well, the way things are, a blind uncle is better than no uncle at all, because when I depart, you're going to have nothing but blind uncles, because they're all licking their chops, just like my godbrothers were licking their chops and pushing our gurus to go, because they wanted name and fame. And I got a whole bunch of them as leaders that are going to do the same old, same old. So if any of you followers out there in ISKCON, Gaudiya Math, Gaudiya Smita really want God, I say check this out here. We'll show you, we'll prove to you. You're not going to see us get chastised for crying for Krishna. Nobody does that kind of bullshit here. Nityananda is protecting this Sangha. And yeah, he's an ecstatic dude, but he doesn't tolerate people suppressing ecstatic devotion. Everything is turned around. Everything is inverted in this world. What is actually bullshit and Maya and illusion is preached as glorious. And we're now just preaching the truth. This is glorious, man. Ecstatic devotion. Lord Caitanya brought this glory here. It's being brought here again on the order of Prabhupada and the blessing of Krishna that was personally given here to this person. Firm desire of the Lord manifesting here. You can feel the shelter here. You want safety. You ain't going to get it you're not going to get it from Trump. You're not going to be delivered by Trump. You're not going to be delivered by Biden. You're not going to be delivered by any of these people. You're not going to be delivered by these gurus. You'll be delivered here. We prove it every day. And none of them can prove they've delivered anybody. Not even Narayan Raj. Can't even prove. All it was is a bunch of talk. 1 year and a half checking that Sangha out. 5 years in ISKCON checking that out. And 6 months was all I needed with the Radhakund Babajis to check that out. And no one could show that they actually brought the Lord to this world. But lo and behold, we prove it here every day. People just don't know the standards. They've been bamboozled by people who don't know. They've accepted gurus and spiritual leaders as intimate associates of Lord Caitanya and are not intimate associates. And I challenge any one of them to overturn any of these statements, but they won't, because they're afraid. They're afraid of losing their lives. Can you imagine who the heck would want to hold on to lies? Come on, prove it. Prove that I'm lying. I don't mind. If you got a real truth, some truth, man, I live on truth. Truth is my life. If there's any untruth in what I'm saying, pull it out. I'm only going to be benefited. But you guys, you're afraid of the truth, man. You live in darkness and you think darkness is light. I don't like that. I want light. I want conclusive understanding. I can take shelter of that. And I'm preaching that. Anybody come under, you just get the same shelter I get. Does it look good? Do you like this kind of shelter? You like this kind of knowledge? You like this kind of safety? You like this kind of security? You like this kind of ecstasy? Well, if you do, come here and let's be friends. Otherwise, I'll stay alone. I've seen enough bullshit in my life of Maya. It's all over the place, all over the universe, actually. People in illusion everywhere. If the demigods want to learn something, they can come here and listen. That's why they get jealous. Look at this guy, human being. He doesn't even wear dhoti, man. And the Lord actually speaks through this guy with authority, with ecstasy. Radha's actually there, man, just expressing herself. And look, she's jumping into the devotees there. Look how easy they're getting Radha as their protectress. Look at how they can read the highest Goswami books in ecstasy. My goodness, man. If we're going to get any mercy, I guess we're just going to have to come there. And that's true. It's exactly true. Prove you got any other place like this, and you won't. Come on, man. Where do you see? Even Narayan Raj. Come on. I'll say his name clearly so you can hear it, you followers over there. Even Narayan Raj says, oh, Prema Bhakti, you're not getting this in this life. Oh, many lifetimes before you get Prema. Oh, we are already delivering Prema here. I guess the real successorship is in this Sangha, huh? The real ones who are doing, you know what Prabhupada said in the Acharya is? They do a significant thing. See, a real Acharya does something very significant, a contribution to the disciplic line. Just analyze. Is this significant to, you know what his significance was? Very significant. He wrote these fantastic books, translated them, purported on them. They're amazing. They're the law books for thousands of years if they survive in this type of thing. Literally, the law is laid down in these books. They're wonderful. Okay? And he brought people from animalistic life into doing Vaidhi practices and believing in Krishna. Even his god brothers started to think, wow, this is a miracle. Now that's significant. And what are they doing that the alleged acharyas now as being significant? Just carrying on Vaidhi. Come on, Prabhupada already did that. His for India, that was done by Bhaktisiddhanta. To hear this is significance is to take Vaidhi Bhaktas or anybody in the world, anybody who'll come here like an Amy, or anybody else who will come here and listen to these talks and feel enlivened by them. That means you got the mercy of Krishna. You're attached to Krishna. I'm just sharing what I'm attached to. I just love this stuff. I love this chanting. I love these words. And if you start loving them too, oh, you're going to be like this fool. You're going to be like this madman. So what is significant now is people are being brought from whatever platform you're on into the kingdom of Vrindavan. Now that's pretty significant. I think that is Acharya stuff. That's why, if this wasn't honest, if you call Gaur Das Acharya, I can't. If I was a liar, I would deny it. I'd say, you can't do this. Now, that's not right. But, I think that is logically a significant thing. I have to say the Lord is really working through this foolish Gaur Das. Number one fool. I don't know how he does it, but he does it. I don't know how you guys are getting so ecstatic, but he seems to be, like Jesus said, if you find a true vine, the gardener's going to activate inside your hearts and start up doing a lot of cleaning and cleansing, cleaning house, and then just him and Radha are going to sit right there in your heart and live forever. Oh, live forever. That means you got to live forever because they're not going to give up that temple. They're not going to, oh, hey, man, you've accepted me. I'm going to, we're going to make our bed there. Oh, where do you think Radha and Krishna's bed is? It's now in your heart. You think it's somewhere in some way over there in the distance in Vrindavan, 4,000 or 5,000 miles away from you? Oh, well, they just seem to be bedding down in your hearts. And show it to the world, too. Because that's why they came here, as Lord Caitanya was a combined form. You are becoming the empowered combined forms like Lord Caitanya. You're empowered to manifest what he manifested. Oh, wow. Not even these big, illustrious Vaishnavas can understand what we're talking about. Too much envy and jealousy, I think. I don't blame them. River, Krishna, I don't blame them for being envious and jealous. Why wouldn't you be? This is the most fantastic stuff going on in this world. This is the greatest show on earth going on in this world. It is understandable why you would be envious. And that is great because that envy will be turned into truth, into understanding, and into love. Because my students, they get what I have. A lot of them have more ecstasy than me. Hey, man, I think it's fantastic. Even fathers and mothers, usually, if they got a brain, they are happy when their children, become something great in this world. Well, if you're a real spiritual teacher, that should be spiritually for you also. Yeah. Not in every lifetime. If you're a guru, you gurus should be envious of what this fool Gaur Hari Das is doing to have disciples like you see here. Can you imagine? You don't have even one ecstatic. There ain't one that has showed me they're an ecstatic devotee. Not even one. You know? Yeah, you should be envious of the all. We're getting a whole bunch there, and they keep increasing every day. You know? So I mean, this is the kind of the what I'm seeing. This stuff. We need the truth manifest in this world. Lord Caitanya showed the greatest thing: ecstatic worship and truthful understanding. He brought both. That's Satchidananda. He was a form. See, Sat, eternal form. That's our spiritual body, man. You need Father, Son, and Holy Spirit manifested in this world. You need Satchidananda. That's the same thing. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. You need a real Son of God. You see, Son, radiate, man. Radiation. Sun radiating what? Bhakti. See, Ananda radiating Ananda. What else? Truth, man. Ooh, you get that? You've got God here on the planet, man. Empowered Lord. That's supposed to be the guru. That's supposed to be an associate of the Lord. You're supposed to see them and you see, wow, that's the manifestation of the Father here, the empowered version. I see Satchidananda. Oh my God, I can actually see Satchidananda before my eyes. Right? You see ecstasy, you see it before your eyes. You hear the truth before your eyes and ears. You got it, man. It goes right into the brain, right into the heart, if you listen good. Okay? And if there's something blocking it, well, we can take care of it. Just put my Roto-Rooter hat on and just go to work. See, we clean from the outside. The Lord's pushing up, and we're pushing from, and we'll just get the job done quickly. That's why this is a fast track, man. We get the Lord working from the inside going, and then we're working from the outside, cleaning the channel, man, so that your soul can connect and express in this world something extraordinary. The summum bonum of existence. We only make wealthy people here. Nothing but rich people. You come here, you're just going to become rich. You're going to become rich in Satchidananda. You're going to be rich in God. People are going to know that there is a God that exists through you, through your representation. What do you think rep means? You represent the company, right? Well, God is the company. He's all the companies, and you're going to represent all the companies. The Lord is, are you a company man? I'm a company man, man. See? Company. See, to be a company man, you have to have the company of the man and the woman. And prove it to the world. Prove it to these Vaishnavas. Prove it to these hard nuts to crack. Prove it to the Vaides, man. Something extraordinary is here, man. It's like Nicodemus. He goes to Jesus and he listens and he's floored. And then he goes to his Pharisee friends and they said, did he say anything new? The elitist types. Did he say anything? No, but when he spoke, man, he made manifest the real meaning of the scriptures. He showed me things I could never understand by studying. Have you, any of you guys have the same experience here, perchance? He said that's the mark. Jesus said that's the mark of a prophet. They clarify everything, crystal clear that it's been said before. Oh, and they bring new things. Now that's a prophet. Oh, that's an acharya. That's a real guru, spiritual master, whatever you want to call them, preceptor. They wake you up, man. It's like getting cold, like jumping into a freezing cold water, and you boom. It's what people need in this Maya. They're just dumbed down, man. These are wild classes. Huh? There's some wild stuff, man. All right. Well, anyway, let's get back to the story. Maybe that was the story. It's hard to say. Okay. May the Supreme Lord Krishna be merciful upon all, benedicting everyone to become thoroughly mad with the chanting the Lord's Hari's name. There's the path, man. Are you mad? So the question is, if you got a real guru now, and they're teaching you Radhe, 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 Krishna, 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 Raganuga, Raganuga, are you mad with the ecstasy of chanting the holy name yet or not? Well, we got some people here getting that blessing. Oh, is Gaur Hari Das an offender against pure devotees and God? What did my Jesus say? My Jesus, I just repeat what they say because their words are fantastic. And we make them a little more clear too, because that's our job. Magnify, clarify, accentuate. Are people becoming mad with ecstatic love here when they chant the holy name? Oh, well, go turn on River's class, Lalita's class. You'll see Christina's coming up too. Oh, wow. The book becomes manifest here and nowhere else. Nowhere else do you see that people becoming mad with chanting the holy name except here. What does it say there? Let's see. A transcendental tree, if it's really transcendental, doesn't bear bad fruit, offensive fruit, does it? Oh, let's see. Lord Caitanya took this Brahmin to task, man. This Brahmin guru, like Gaur Hari, takes them to task. That Devananda Pandit, he ain't qualified. He got none of this ecstatic madness. I'm going to rip up his Bhagavatam. He shouldn't be teaching it. And Gaur Hari Das does the same thing. No, dare. And even the devotees were like, my God, when Lord Chaitanya, he's attacking, people believe in this Devananda Pandit is a pure devotee, even though we know he's not or to do that. But that's the power of ecstatic worship. You'll all become like that. You'll become true lions. The true lion will roar through you. Roar out the real offenses, root out the illusions, man. Blow these gurus' minds. They can't speak like this. They wouldn't dare. They're all afraid of losing followers. They couldn't come out without a T-shirt every day. They have to have all these props. They have to have Prabhupada's buildings, Prabhupada's money, Prabhupada's books. Of course, we use Prabhupada's books. But they get them to worship them, And because if they didn't have any of that, they would never be guru. They don't have that. That's why the real gurus start from scratch. Krishna wants it. He wanted to show, hey, Gaur Hari, you get out there and just preach what you know. Preach what you experience. And let's see what happens. Let's see if you can plant a garden out there. Go water it with what you've realized. Go water it with what you feel about God. See, throw those seeds out there. These are not just apple seeds. Johnny, no, we're not just a Johnny apple seed here. Growing material trees. At least your Sadguru went out there. He's going out to save the soil. Oh, whoopee-doo, man. Yeah, people worshiping him like, oh, Sadguru, oh, you're so great, Sadguru. Yeah, does he deliver you? He's out saving the earth. But not saving the earth. You want to save the earth, you got to do like Varaha. You bring the earth out of the waters of Maya. See, we're saving the earth. We do the real saving the earth. You're all the earth, man. You've all identified with the earth. so long that we got to go like Varaha with our tusks and grab these little earthly bodies, kind of like those tractors, they with a forklift, and lift them up and deposit them in Vrindavan. That's what Guru does, basically. It goes and lifts people that identify with the earth. It's almost like you're dealing with earth, man, because they're so earthly minded. They love the earth, man. They love money, man. Ask Bill Gates, man. They love the earth. Man. They love resources, and you're one of them, man. They're going to put you in a little cubicle and draw your energy, man, like a battery. They love the earth, and you're part of that. I said you. It's not me. And if you're not one of the yous, you'll know that. You'll feel, yeah, man, my guru is like a forklift. He came and lifted my earthly meditation, my earthly existence on meditating, deposits me right in Vrindavan, where I live forever now. Okay? And now you do the same thing. You pay it forward, man. This is all that like a pay it forward movie, man. You ever remember that one? Pay it forward. Now you pay just naturally. Oh yeah, I want to pay it forward, man. Let's work to liberate the rest of the world, the worldly minded. Yeah. Oh, look, our group is increasing. 16 members today. Hey, that's pretty good. 16 viewers. Yeah. This is how it's like the Lord said. Vishvambara means the maintainer of the universe. He said, my name is Vishvambara, the maintainer of the universe. Now, this name will be really fully actualized if I can fill the universe with love of God. That's the program now. Okay? We're doing our little thing. We're working for that. See? We're here to fill the universe with real love of God. First, people got to know what it is. These gurus, we had a chance. They've had 50 years to prove that they know what is love of God and have not proved it yet. Much less distributed to others. They think Vrindavan is miserly. Oh, wipe that tear, man. No, don't show ecstatic devotion. That's the whole reason Lord Caitanya came to this planet, was to show ecstatic devotion. So, yeah, I mean, you'll see this will get popular. Why shouldn't it, man? It's truth, man. It's ecstatic. There's feelings here that nobody has experienced in this world. You could see, I see it. People come and when they see ecstatic devotees, they go, what's this? Why are you laughing? See, it's just proof. I mean, you want to see proof? Just see people, devotees. See, Vaishnavas been Vaishnavas for 40 years. Come here and say, why are you laughing? That's proof. This is very rare stuff. Not even these big so-called illustrious gurus seem to even understand what it is. What is this going on there? Oh, what is going on is called ecstatic devotion. You're supposed to know that if you're representing the Hare Krishna movement, you're representing Lord Chaitanya's Sankirtan movement. He was ecstatic. Are you ecstatic? Do you have tears pouring out of your eyes like his? Are you blowing your nose constantly like he was? Can you communicate that to others where they're actually getting that too? That's not real. No. Our checklist is real. They're like these Democrat crybabies. No, you can't do this. No. You Democrat crybaby Vaishnavas, so-called. People don't know what Vaishnava is. Vaishnava is this. Vaishnava means a liberated soul. Vaishnava is not a religion, man. What is this? To me, a Christian is not a religion. A real Muslim is not a religion. A real representative of God is not a religion, and you represent truth. Jesus was not a religion. He represented spirit and truth, ecstasy and conclusive understanding of God. See? That's a real Christian. That's a real Vaishnava. That's a real Muslim. And I met them. I met some. You could tell they had devotion. I met one lady who was a Jewish lady, and she was in Vrindavan, and the Vaishnavas chastised her. And her fault was she chanted, she loved being in Vrindavan. She loved being with Krishna. And she was singing Jewish songs in ecstasy on a harmonium. And they didn't like that. They thought, this isn't right. This is see, the sectarian, religion. And I talked to her. I said, you go on singing, man. You got it, man. Your Lord in your heart is pleased with you. Why do I preach like that? Because I know the Lord in my heart. I know what pleases him. I'm here to protect those in this world who the Lord is blessed like that, and to fan that spark in them into a flame where you also are Maya will not be able to touch you. She touch you. A lot of people have some devotion. They need it to be protected. Otherwise, Maya in the form of kamsas, they come and they don't like devotion. They try to stamp it out. They do that in religion. Isn't that what they do? First day I came to the Hare Krishna movement in ISKCON. I didn't know. I just chanted Hare Krishna. Tears were pouring out of my eyes in the temple. I didn't know anything. Isn't that a good thing? Wasn't that be pleasing to Krishna? No. And that inviting bhakti? No, you're an offender, man. Chastise heavily. And then dance in ecstasy, and then I'm chastised 2 times in Mangal Artiks. No, you're not doing the Swami step this way. You got to dance like you never turn your back to the deity. I spun around a couple of times. You turned your back to the deity by spinning around. Talk about this, they call Vaishnavism. And then they say, oh, this guy was initiated 3 days before you or 3 months before. He's more advanced devotee than you. This is the kind of Vaishnavism. Very external, man. So anyway, anybody out there tired of that kind of Vaishnavism? Are you tired of the Holy Communion that's not holy? You go and get a dry wafer and they put a little grape juice on it. Not even real wine now. At least you get a real buzz with real wine. Here we have Holy Communion every day. We teach how wonderful that is. Holy Communion. You're the wafer, man. Krishna is the wafer. This is the wafer, man. These words, the words of truth, are the wafer. See, and the ecstasy, that's the wine. What do you think Jesus? That's why he was not a religious person. He came to free people of religion. All real acharyas do when they're really, like finishing the work. Moses preached religion and Jesus freed the captives, even of religion. See, Bhakti Siddhanta, Bhakti Vinod, and Prabhupada preached religion to begin with, and we're freeing the captives of religion. Is that true or what? I have people coming from ISKCON religion, and they're getting free. I have people coming from the world, and they're getting free of religion. Well, a lot of them never even cared about religion. We're here to free the captives. What did Jesus? He opened the book and he said, I've been anointed by the Spirit of the Lord to free the captives and to preach the good news to the poor. Is that what we do? Well, if we do that, and we do that, that means there's an anointing here. There's God's blessing here. Can you do that, you so-called Guru Devs? If you do, then you're it. Can you free the captives of religion? I don't see any freedom. I see you guys heaping more rules on these poor slaves of yours every year. I don't see you taking their burdens away. I don't see like you're a Jesus. You got to be like that. You got to be empowered like he was empowered by the divine spirit of the true Lord, the spiritual spirit from the spirit world. Yeah. See, it's these verses have to be you. You have to be anointed. Jesus said, "What I have done, all men must do." You have to be anointed. You have to be in a real disciplic line. Either you got the mercy through the line with Jesus, and you got some ecstasy, which you could use some shiksha, you guys out there, from what I've seen, or you're in a real line of Vaishnavism. Real. Where's the real Vaishnava? Where's Satchidananda? That's where a real Vaishnava is. Where is Lord Chaitanya's mercy? That's what everybody should be thinking now. Where is Lord Chaitanya's mercy? Where is that ecstasy that he gave 550 years ago? Where is it now in 2022? Well, it's here. Anywhere else? I don't know. We just see something different. See, it's got to be this. It's got to be ecstatic. It's got to be Satchidananda. It's got to be God expressed in this world. It's got to be clear truth, logical, best logic of all. It has to be the clearest truth. It has to be the biggest ecstasy you see in the world. There you go. You found where God is really working. You found where Lord Chaitanya's real movement is. See, movement. There's movement here. You see, every day movement, ever fresh. You guys, they're snailing along, doing the same old for all the years. Same old ceremonies, same old thing, waiting a whole year for the appearance of the Lord who never really appears. It's just a ritual. Krishna says, I am the ritual. Yeah, I know, because we get you here every day, man. We ritually get you here every day. It's a ritual. You must appear here every day, right? That's our ritual. Make God manifest every day, right, Christina? Every day we want the Lord. We want to wake up out of bed and put our nose in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, these books are just yelling the real path, what it is in the book. And I just love reading. Every sentence is like, yeah, that's here. That's all I'm doing is I'm looking at the book. I'm saying, yeah, that's here. Yeah, that's how we roll here, man. That's what it's all about. It's the Lord is here, man. He's manifested again. He gives us this empowerment to deliver people, man. Anybody want to be delivered in ISKCON? I mean, really deliver. How about you in the Ryan Raj group? Anybody want real deliverance in this life, or you want to wait for his promise? I mean, he did what he can do. He helped a few people out. But you know what Prabhupada said? Unless you're Uttamadikari. See, Uttamadikari, you could be like clown number one, fool number one. The best Uttamakaris are like that. They feel themselves fools. Okay? If you're a real Uttamadikari, then you can be a real spiritual master. Otherwise, everybody else cannot help you very well. See, real spiritual master delivers their disciples when they preach like this. Here we preach Raganuga, you get Raganuga. We preach spontaneous love, you get spontaneous love. Not Raganuga, no Raganuga. Crying school, but no crying in the school. What is this? It's called hypocrisy. Radhe, we're ecstatic. We're purebhakti.com, but no pure bhakti is coming to us. See? Hypocrisy. We need to see people as their word. This is where God is working. He is his word. If there's spontaneous devotion going to be there and they speaking about it, you're going to get it. If they're speaking about Vaidhi, that's what you're going to get. That's what Prabhupada spoke about Vaidhi Bhakti. And you got it. That's great. That was the Lord's mercy for you, the people of the world. Now we speak Raganuga, you get Raganuga. We speak spontaneous devotion, you get spontaneous devotion. Isn't that what? People, this is hard to believe. Where it can't be like that. Everybody else is lying and cheating and deceiving and hypocritically saying that they're promising this and I'll promise, yeah, come to me. I'm Guru Dev. I represent the Hare Krishna movement. But and I'll get you into Vrindavan, but you don't get into Vrindavan. You don't even know what it is. Vrindavan is this. This is New Vrindavan. Devotees ecstatically worshiping Krishna. That's Vrindavan. You could be in the North Pole and you're worshiping in ecstasy. That's Vrindavan. Better than going to Vrindavan and seeing no ecstatic tears, because you could do that. You see a lot of people looking at what you're doing. I mean, I love Vrindavan, but, a lot of neophytes there, they go there, they're looking, are you following all the rules and the ceremonies and all of that stuff? A lot of people go there that just regularly say, God, we don't feel comfortable there. They got all these people looking at us, judging us. So he's still on the mental plane. No, that's not my Lord Caitanya or Nityananda or Jesus even. Man, they come here. If you just like what we're doing here, you're going to get a Jesus trip. You just like what we're going to do in here, you're going to get a Lord Caitanya trip. You're going to be tripping on what Lord Caitanya was tripping on, Radha and Krishna. Yeah, right, Freddie. 56 years, they still don't recognize pure devotional service. You know why? Because nobody taught it. Prabhupada taught Vaidhi Bhakti. He put it all in his books. All these acharyas put it in their books. And now is time for the good news for those ready for it. And if you're not ready for the good news because you don't admit you're poor in spirit because you've got a big false ego, being a so-called big guru, getting all these people worshiping you, giving you a bigger false ego, you're going to be set free by truth. See, we're freer to free you captivated people by your big false egos. See, false identity. Just like Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva destroys with truth, didn't he? He didn't, how he destroyed Daksha's false ego. He didn't stand up for him. That is a big thing. Daksha, all these demigods were fooled. They thought Daksha was something great. Shiva knew. Shiva think, hey man, he's not a pure devotee. He's identifying with his worship. They're worshiping him as a great person. And look at him. He's got envy and jealousy. He's encased in this false ego. Oh, I'll break it, man. Let me do my destroyer work. His destroyer work. All he did was he didn't stand. He just acted in truth. I'm not standing up for Daksha. Millions of demigods. Who could resist that? Only a real devotee. Because the world in Maya, they're all standing up for fools. You fool if you take the name, I am a guru, and you worship me and my disciple mercy that I can't give. You are a fool number one. I'll say it to your face. But these guys won't come here because they know inside they're liars. They're hypocrites. How dare you take worship of your disciples? How dare they ask you for mercy that you can't give them? Mercy is if I representing Krishna and Vrindavan and Radha, then that's the kind of mercy you're supposed to get when you come to the Hare Krishna movement or Narayana Maharaj movement or any of these movements. Are you getting Radha and Krishna truly? Or are you just getting a bunch of etiquettes and rules and superficial worship? That's all I've seen. And people call that Krishna consciousness. Well, I'm one of the few, maybe the only one, stands up and says the emperor has no clothes. That ain't the God I worship, man. That ain't the true God. I'm just one of the Sudamas sitting in the. He was in a kingdom with millions of people worshiping the false representative of Krishna, Pundaraka. And he said, he's not the real Krishna. I say, you're not the real guru. You prove that you are, but you don't. You can't. You're not a real Acharya. You're not a real Bhakti Vedanta. Your Vedanta doesn't come from Bhakti. If it does, let's see some tears. Let's see some ecstasy. Let's see some uncommon knowledge. And not some parrots, parroting things. Prove that you represent Radha and Krishna, that you have the supreme sublime knowledge and the supreme sublime ecstasy. Prove you can lead people to Vrindavan quickly now, because that's what's going on. Knock, knock, who's there? Why don't you just listen, man? What do you want to be? Everybody wants attention. Listen to me. Knock, knock. I'm so important. You're not important at all. You're a piece of friggin' straw. What's important is the truth. What's important is God coming into this world, the word, the what do you call it, inspired word of God. That's what's important. Not knock, knock, listen to my bullshit, man. My false ego. I'm so important. I just pop in anytime I want. I've never been here before. I never know this Joss. Maybe once in a while. Who knows? You're not important at all. A piece of straw. Everything is in this world to the Lord. That doesn't, that's an illusion. It's like your shadow. Is your shadow important to you? Tell me, River, when the last time you looked at your shadow, that's how important these people are that identify with the shadow of God, the truth. So that's why mercy is the Lord sends his representatives here and just humble you a little bit. And just show you that you really, unimportant. But you can change all that. You can be so important to the Lord. Oh, if you just come to the real path, you're inspired by the real path. Oh, all of a sudden you become so important to the Lord. It can switch like that. We're here to switch the track, man. From unimportance. Oh, you think it's being important is having all these fools? Oh, Trump. Oh, Jai Pataka. Oh, Radhanath. You're so great. You think that's important? It's all illusions, man. It's all people worshiping blind persons. Hey, Jai Pataka, I'm saying all these things. You or your disciples can come and prove something different. But how come not even a disciple will come and stand up for their guru? They don't have the strength, man. They don't have the energy. They don't have the life, because there is no real life there. That whole thing was built on an illusion, man. As soon as Prabhupada disappeared, they ran to the God brothers. That Prabhupada said, my God brothers, there's not even one that's qualified to be a Acharya. That's the kind of gurus you got, weak. And they put themselves up. I remember when I was saying, these guys are just like Prabhupada. You want to get to Prabhupada, you got to go through them. They're pure devotees. Oh, everybody forgets that they build themselves as pure devotees, but really weren't. They're 25-year-old snots, punks. How dare you guys take the position as a deliverers of disciples at 25 years old, punks? It's just a punk to me, man, these guys. And that's the foundation they're building their Krishna consciousness on. It's a sham. That's why you see they're all getting that, and they're all putting on that. They're in fear. They can't get over fear, man. You want shelter? Anybody out there, anybody hearing this message, come here. You'll get the real shelter. You want to be delivered in this life? You'll be delivered in this life. You will feel it. You'll experience it. You will get what the words are here. That's the way it's supposed to be when deliverance is here, man. What Jesus said, you got. When with the glorification of his real disciples, I got Jesus, man. You want Lord Caitanya, you come here, you get Lord Caitanya like you already see people getting Lord Caitanya. Exactly. They're building everything on illusion. That's why it always falls. See? Jesus found one faithful at that time. One faithful person was Peter. He said, the Lord has revealed these things to you. No man could reveal this, because men are always putting up these people that are not really real. No man could reveal this truth to you. The Lord has revealed it. That that Jesus was here to save people. And he said, I'm building my church upon Peter. See, my church, the real church, the delivering church, the place you go to see the real God. I'm building it on this temple, this person. Are you like that? Anybody out there? You got to be like that. Otherwise, God ain't there. Not my God, not my transcendental Lord, not your transcendental Lord that you don't know. Has the Lord built his church on you, his temple on you? Do you represent the ecstatic living God, alive God, not some statue there with a bunch of flowers around it and garlands? Oh, your mind, I exercise thing up and down. No, you see the living God expressing in this world, man, expressing truth extraordinaire. Do you see his heart, man, the love expressing in this world, the compassion, the ecstasy? Or is it just a picture, like, see behind Tom, you got Radharani, the picture of her holding her heart. Is that you? Are you the mirror image of Radha's love in this world? Or is it just a picture there of her hand over her heart? Can you feel that the Lord, that love of God is in you like that? Or is it just a picture? Okay? You need to meet people where it's like that in them. Alive in the body. That's how you're delivered, man. That's why it's hard to accept what we do here, because that's here, man. That this busts all illusions, man. You got the real deal here, and all illusion can't stand before it. That's why it's all at the door. All those gurus are at the door. They can't. Oh no, we'll lose everything, and we're not ready for that. See? They're not ready for the real Bhagavatam, where like Bali Maharaj was ready for the Bhagavatam. See, they're not ready for that. Bali Maharaj says, even his own guru said, if you go to Vamanadev, I'm going to curse you. If you serve Vamanadev, I'm going to curse you. I'm going to take all your material happiness and wealth away. And Bali Maharaj looked at Vamanadev. Oh, he says, see, he was instructed by a pure devotee. See, we instruct everybody like he was instructed. You get the real instruction here. Your gurus can't teach this stuff. No way. Prahlad, who was a pure devotee, actually purified, it was a real lover of God, instructed Bali Maharaj. He said, yeah, you could leave hundreds of gurus like that because he's adverse to Shuddha Bhakti. See, that's real Bhagavatam. Who's preaching that? Nobody. Bhagavatam's preaching that, but it needs a voice, man. It needs power behind that word. I mean, the power is there. It needs, but can you imagine you get a devotee Bhagavat preaching you the path out of that? You could give up hundreds of Jaipatakas or Radhanaths. who are adverse to this kind of ecstasy. Why? Because the Bhagavatam tells you, and you got a living person telling you there. And this conclusion they cannot overturn. So the real guru, the real deliverer is here because he's telling you what's really in the Bhagavatam. You can even look at it and you will be convinced because that's what the Bhagavatam's saying. Your gurus can't even raise the dead like Bali Maharaj's guru could. And he gave him up. Simply because he was adverse to truth. See, truth like this, solid. You could take shelter of this. Maya will not touch this. Maya touches that because it's lies. Am I not just telling you the Bhagavatam? Didn't Bali Maharaj give a guru? He was a Brahmin, man. Brahmin guru. He raised the dead. He was so powerful. Bali Maharaj took over the whole universe by the power of that guru. But still he was adverse to Shuddha Bhakti, Vamanade. And because Bali Maharaj had good instruction from his grandfather, you could see that's all in the book, just a little mention, and we just magnify that little mention because it's very important, because that's exactly what you're getting. You're getting the instruction how to surpass this insurpassable obstacle of Maya, because you get the real Bhagavatam here. Give up hundreds of those kinds of gurus. All of them. Narayan Maharaj, you could give him up. Why? Because he also was adverse to this. He told my disciples to leave. Proved. He reinitiated my disciples. Proved aversion to Shuddha Bhakti. Thank you, by the way. I thank him. Thank you very much. You helped me clarify the path so people can get through the narrow gate. Anybody who believes this preaching, you're going to get God in this life. You're going to get Radha and Krishna. You'll feel it if you believe it with your heart. If not, go believe Narayan Maharaj, and it'll be many lifetimes till you get that clear. Because he told you, many lifetimes. So you believe his word, that's what you get. You believe this word, that's what you get. What's better? And I'll tell you, there are a lot of fools out there. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care you're saying that because I don't believe it, I don't believe it's right before me. People get next. I don't care. I'm so envious and jealous. But of course I'm not, but I am, but I'm not. I'm confused. This is the world. These are Vaishnavas. Oh, you don't believe me? Go look at purebhakti.com about the teachers. I'm Guru. I'm here to deliver my disciples. Oh, Guru Dev, Guru Dev, give me mercy and everything. But I'm just a teacher. But I'm a guru. I'm a teacher. I'm a guru. I'm a guru. Nobody knows. What are you, man? Are you a spiritual master? Are you a divine grace? Are you a Bhaktivedanta? Nobody knows that. Because, I don't know, I'm a teacher. I can't take the title. I don't know. There's only one, but I'm the one and he's the one. I don't know. Everybody's confused. No wonder they got no ecstatic devotion. Was Prabhupada a divine grace? Yeah, of course. Was he a Bhaktivedanta? Of course. Was he a Prabhupada? Of course. I have no doubt. He was what he said he was. He was what others say he was. What he said come true. You get Vaidhi Bhakti through him. You want ecstatic devotion? Well, I got the order of Prabhupada. Come get ecstatic devotion. Yes, full approval. I'm doing exactly what he wants me to do. Do more of this. That's why we do more of this. Here to free the captives. Maybe we'll get some of these gurus, get some good sense. Come on, man. The real deal is here. Get it. Stop dicking around and wasting your friggin' lives out there, man. People are afraid of frankness, man. You want me to give you the false humility? Oh, let's see. A devotee is humble. And if I'm humble, then I get lots of followers. See? I don't think like that. I think a devotee is truthful. A devotee is ecstatic. Oh, I may lose all my followers. Who cares, man? I'm ecstatic and I got the truth, man. That's good enough for me. Whether I have one disciple or a million, I don't care, man. I'm going to just stay in the truth and the ecstasy. Now that's shelter, man. It gives me shelter. That's why I just stay in truth and ecstasy, man. The Bhagavatam praises that path. 10th canto says the highest path, the greatest path is taking shelter of truth and ecstasy. 10th canto. Oh, actually, all the books say that. All of them. It's always truth and ecstasy, truth and ecstasy, Satchitananda, Satchitananda. That's the real God. That's the real God. Where do you see Satchitananda? That's where you're going to get. That's the door to the real paradise. Yeah. Well, the Lord is strong, man. I just take shelter. When I see this truth, man, I went all over it, man. You become like that too. It's wonderful, man. You see truth, man. You want to belt it out to the world and purify it. It's the truth that'll set you free. We just need people to speak it, not the opposite. Not have gurus. They have these wonderful books and they preach something else. No wonder people are weak. Why they're weak? Why their followers are weak? Why there's weak bhakti, right? That's why they need shiksha. They need to come here and get purified. And then they even one lifetime they could be a real acharya even. They could do that. They could be a real deliverer of so many disciples of theirs. And because they already got it going, man. If they will change, the Lord, I don't need their disciples. You deliver them, just like you. When people come attracted to your, speaking and preach, they can listen to your classes and bring them over here if they got the strength. Is a guardian angel fits in the fifth scholar? I don't understand what your words are here. You're feeling the Lord? I have position. Count two, man. I don't know who's he talking about. Yeah. Yeah, anyway, let's back to the story here. May the Supreme Lord Krishna, he be merciful upon you all, benedicting everyone to become thoroughly mad with chanting of the Lord's holy name. What amazing preaching back then, huh? Could you imagine has any of your guru ever said that? I keep bringing it back to the gurus because you need to get it clear, man. Has Radhanath ever said, may you become mad with the chanting of the ecstatic name? Personally, I say that all the time. And may you become ecstatic devotee. May you get ecstatic love of Krishna. Oh, that pleases me. If I see, like when I saw a river get ecstatic, or anybody, it's like, wow, this is one feather in my Lord's cap. Another peacock feather in my Lord's cap. Wonderful. And that's what it's all about, man. That's the highest pleasure of the Lord, is to see you love him. That's it. Even Jesus praised that verse. Jesus said to Nicodemus, what is the greatest commandment of the Lord? Love thy God with all thy heart and all thy mind and all thy soul. Boom. That's why Lord Caitanya came. Is to help us cripple-minded persons do that. Be like that. To love the Lord with all thy heart, all thy mind, and all thy soul. That's what it's all about. And it happens here. It's not a bunch of words or prayers of Nicodemus who didn't realize them. He just realized, see, that's the name descending to the world without the power. The power is his bhakti, the ananda, the feeling of that. See, that's what you got. The scriptures descended in this world without the power behind it. Power is important. See, the power to understand it. People come here. Janaki studied the books for 40 years. Johann, 25 years strictly. Followed all the rituals and the Ekadasis and 25 rounds on Ekadasis and everything. See, comes here. What happens? Oh, they're realizing the books on another level. Why? because they got the power. See, the power is devotion. The power is a bhakti. We're showing exactly why the Lord came here. Wake up. 7 snaps of the fingers should wake you up. Why the Lord came here, man? To show, to give us the power to relish his name. To realize, yes, the Supreme Lord descended in his name. I know that. I feel that. I express that celebration in this world. Which Lord? Oh, good question. The one that is not a witchy Lord. Bewitching Lord. The ecstatic Lord. The truthful Lord. That's as close as you're going to get to God in this world, is to hear the truth, man. Because the Lord is like the great Father. See, Jesus said the Lord is the Father. See, in a sense, the Lord is the Father. He directs us, right? This is the Father. This is the book incarnation of Bhagavan, according to Lord Caitanya. He stated this book incarnation of Bhagavan. See? So this is our direction. Of course, what is a book? Is it just, oh, let's just put this on the altar and let's put it on the shelf. Oh, all glories to Chaitanya Bhagavat. All glories to Chaitanya Bhagavat. Yeah, why? Why all glories to it? What has it done for you? What has your Guru done for you? All glories to my Guru Dev. What has your Guru Dev done for you? I don't know. We just kind of like parrots. We just say these things. Because everybody else is saying, there's a lot of, my Guru has lots of followers, man. Okay. This book is the book incarnation of Lord. But only with feeling can you realize that and understand it. Only with the awakening of spontaneous devotion. Bhakti Lata Bij, they call that. Attraction to the God in his true conception. Yeah. The Lord is the conclusive truth. Not inconclusive, not speculations, not hypocrisies of this world, not hypocrisies in religion. No, truth. That's why devotees, they take shelter of these truthful verses as they are. They proclaim them, they relish them, they taste them because they have real bhakti. And that's the real truth. Those persons abandon all varieties of religion and take shelter of Krishna. But not just Krishna, Radha, they have that shelter. They have the feeling. She's the feeling. It's time to expose Radha as the truth. People say, Krishna, Krishna. That's all you got is Krishna, Krishna. How about Radha, Krishna, Radha, Krishna? You're chanting her name. See? And when ecstatic love awakens, now you can relish this. And you relish his name even. Celebrate the name. Oh, this is called Chaitanya Bhagavat. You can actually order this on Amazon. It's about $50. It's well worth it, man. This book is priceless, man. It's the only physical book I have. I wanted to have one book physical, So, otherwise, it's not practical to carry a bunch of them around. I have them on the computer, but it's nice to have one physical copy. This is what I carried around in India. That's all I had. I'll tell you a story. This is kind of this is where you can go with all this. I was going to go on a parikram because they're going to have a parikram. And in Vrindavan, when I went to have parikrams, they weren't comfortable. They're still not comfortable. You got to sit in a bus, an old bus usually, un-air conditioned. It was hot. And it bumpy, man. You hit it. Those roads are crappy, man. And for 7 hours, man, going on parikram. Okay, I was going to do it. And I had this book. See? And I just sat down. No, I got this book. I had a book. It was the parikram. I wanted to read what I was doing. I started reading about the parikram. going this place and this place. And I was so excited. I was crying and, drenched in tears and all this. And I was like in ecstasy. And then the bus was ready to go. And they came to me and says, time to go on the parikrama. I had no, I didn't have, I was spent. I didn't need to go. All I needed was to sit there with this book. And I was on parikrama, relishing each holy place described by the devotees. And I just had no need. And the Lord saved me the trouble of sitting on that bamboo, all that stuff. And then they don't get this experience. All they get is a ride on a bumpy bus and they see the places, right? Until ecstasy awakens in your heart, whether you go and see the places or see the places in the book, it's the same, non-different. Ecstatic devotees can partake of that. And if you're not, you just go on parikrama, you do empty rituals, you chant the holy name when it's not real. You don't feel its holiness, really. You just do it out of duty. Do your 16 rounds, you complete your rounds. But you don't really, you're not like, oh, I love this name. I love this name. Oh, I love this book. Oh, I just want to share this truth with the world. You're not like that. See, look at this. Convinced the guy there. I'm down, I'll read it. Yeah, and I tell you, my friend, I've had others who said that too. They never read this book, and they read it, they started crying in ecstasy. Tears started coming down. And believe me, if that happens to you, but read it out loud. Read it out loud to yourself or to the walls, doesn't matter, or Facebook Live, whatever you want to do. Read it out loud. And if that happens, you are the most fortunate person in this world. And go on reading don't pay that like that's insignificant. That is the most significant thing that has happened to you in your life, is if you can sit down and read this book in ecstasy. It'll protect you through all thick and thin. It'll get you out of the worst messes in Maya, because you even had one reading like that. But if you go on reading like that, go on chanting in ecstasy, everything will get clear and more clear and more clear and more clear. And before you know it, you're in Vrindavan. You don't even have to go. I don't have to take a trip to Vrindavan. Every day is Vrindavan for me. Man. Can you imagine? Saved me a lot of money. Vrindavan is expensive. Plane flight. Probably have to get injections and tracked and traced and all this other bullshit they're doing now. I just opened my book. Give you another story. My ex-wife, she left here, and you know what she preaches to me. And thank you for your example there, because it's good to know what not to do. I even use Christina sometimes to know what not to do. It's great. She's a good example. I knew she was something. I said, Krishna doesn't leave her for a reason. Just like Lalita too. We had a little, controversy for a while. I said, well, Krishna's not leaving her for a reason. And he knows. They know their hearts. Don't worry. It'll all, as long as they just keep worshiping in ecstasy, it'll all clear. Everything will clear. Yeah, so my ex-wife preached to me, why aren't you in your guru now and all that? Why aren't you in Vrindavan? Why aren't you in Radhakund? The Radhakund Babajis all preach, stay in Radhakund and Vrindavan. That's, and I'm not. And I said, boy, you're a real neophyte. This is a good example of neophyte. You are as neophyte as your gurus and teachers. I can't believe it, man. I'm in Vrindavan. I never leave Vrindavan. I'm in Vrindavan every friggin' day. My Prabhupada said the same thing. A devotee, he's in there, he's in LA, he's in New York, man, ecstatic as can be, just like I'm ecstatic every day. I can't believe a more better experience than I get in life than what I'm doing, this Vrindavan we create. This is the most glorious thing to me. Prabhupada's sitting there, he's preaching Bhagavad Gita and everything, and they had the audacity to say, because that's what neophytes do. Just like my ex-wife. Why, don't you miss Vrindavan? Miss Vrindavan? I am in Vrindavan, man. This is Vrindavan. This is why the Lord came here to bring Vrindavan to the world and expand Vrindavan. It's such a ras. It's so, to be here or anywhere on the North Pole and preaching, real Krishna consciousness and this vibration and relishing, the truth, man. It purifies the whole universe. Demigods in the unseen, they would, this. You think this world is empty? You think any space is empty? It's filled with life everywhere. I even seen that on LSD in the early 70s. I saw life is everywhere and everything, everywhere. It is filled with, there's no space here, but it's full of consciousness. It's a sea of consciousness. And when you start preaching about the real Krishna, with real realization and revelation and real ecstasy, oh boy, man, the whole universe is vibrating. Consciousness is vibrating. To me, this is, these people are fighting, the demians and the demigods fighting against each other. To me, this is how to win the fight. There you don't know. Sometimes the demigods win or the demons win. That's here. This, the hands down, always wins. The scriptures always show Krishna always wins. When there's a real devotee, Krishna wins. Look, didn't Krishna win? He won that kingdom over of Pundraka, who was teaching the false Krishna. With the truth. Truth set everybody free. One person stood for the truth. And you got one person here standing firmly for the truth and confronting the illusion at its core. Who's going to win? Come on, man. Where's the real backing? But Maya's a pipsqueak compared to my Lord. This is a shadow. What kind of power does a shadow have when somebody's backed with the truth, the real light? Conclusive understanding. No chance. You're going to see some so-called important people coming here, and I say so-called because then they start to really become important in the eyes of God, and then they understand, oh, I see, this is my big false ego. I thought I was supposed to be important in front of the eyes of man, in the eyes of all these disciples who are just neophytes and I can't even teach them what is the real standard. Thank God I found this. I found my real position. Now you can become, you become part of we're just a group of Robin Hoods, right? We're in the hood. This is the hood, man. Our hood is the world now. There are a lot of Robins here. We're robbing, aren't we? I'm just robbing the rich, man. Robbing Radha and Krishna every day, man. That's just robbing them, man. Robbing them of their wealth. And we making more merry men here and women. You notice? We got a lot of merry men and women because they're becoming Robin Hoods too. They're robbing the rich. The only real rich people here in this world are Radha and Krishna and Lord Caitanya. We got to rob them. And Nityananda, rob him of his ecstasy, man. Plunder these guys. That's why they came here. They came for us to plunder them because they're the real rich people in the world. Oh, you think it's Trump's riches? You think, look at the guy's big false ego. Come on, man. Everybody knows that. Look at all that pride. You think he's rich? No. Where is somebody rich in Satchitananda, man? Now that's riches. Follow the bear there. Yeah, that's riches, man. It's so refreshing, to hear the truth. And it's so refreshing, man. Just love it, man. Robin in the hood, man. We're Robin in the hood. This is the hood, man. It's a very dark place, man. Yeah, I was watching this TV series. You can follow the TV series I follow. They're very good. They teach you a lot about Krishna. this and they show. I mean, that's why I say we're going to get. See, some of these things are kind of demoniac, and they show these kind of demons empowering people, and this is why we're going to get some demons here because they know this principle of empowerment. They know that they're empowered by Lucifer. They worship the dark. It's like the people worshiping Shiva with wine and human sacrifices, even animal sacrifice. They know there's some empowerment there, but it's dark. See? So anyway, this guy, this one is called. I forgot the name of it. But anyway, this guy, he's on his, he's dying, and he goes to this deity, and this deity is a horrible looking thing. It's like Kali, a horrible thing with a beak on it, very demoniac. And this demon says, "Well, you're gonna die, man, but it's a waste, man. I could use your body to do fantastic things." And I want to judge the world. Those who are evil, I want to send them to hell. This was the thing. So these are the kind of things they put, and they look at, and this guy says, "Okay, I believe. Yes, I'll accept it." And so anyway, this deity with this big beak on it that looks like a horrible demon, puts his power in this guy, and he becomes like Superman and strong and everything, and can do the work of this guy. So this person says, "I'm going to live through you." See? But that's the truth. You can have Maya live through you, or you can have Radha and Krishna live through you. Where Jiva, this is a truth that they don't teach you in school. Donald Trump can't teach you this. None of those governors you're worshiping as great, the Holy Grail. These gurus can't teach you that you're Jiva. You got to experience your Jiva. You got to experience being used, not by Maya, because when you're used by Maya, you don't even know it. See, she puts you in ignorance. You think you're the doer when you're used by Maya, because Maya is using you and she's the doer. External energy of the Lord. But look at the alternative. You're Jiva. You have to be used by something and somebody. So why not be used by Radha and Krishna and Lord Caitanya? It's a glorious experience. Sovereignty and freedom is in that. Freedom is in the truth. Sovereignty over your life is in that. Sovereignty is freedom from illusion and Maya and believing in all her tricks. All the way up into these religious gurus. And I just speak these. I have no hatred against them. I'm for them. I'm a fault finder. It's true. I am a fault finder. I find all the faults, people fall into them and take them out. I'm not the kind of fault finder that the Maya is preaching. I'm not their kind of, don't go to Gaurahari, man. Don't go to Gaurahari. Now that's a fault finder. I'm the fault finder and say, hey, you gurus, come out of that dark crevice you've fallen in, that dark cave. Come and get the real Shiksha. It's authorized by the Prabhupada you believe in, you worship. This is the Shiksha you need. You can see, we demonstrate, we deliver people here. The Lord's power is here. His love is here. His devotion, his bhakti, his truth is here. And it is in action. You can see it's in action. People are getting Radha and Krishna right before your eyes. So come have lunch with us. Radha and Krishna are lunch. See how that shows up in your own life. See? Be empowered by Radha and Krishna. Otherwise, even in religion, even a religious guru or ministers, if Maya is still using you, you're empowered by some level of illusion called religion. You can't abandon it. Man, being empowered by Lord Caitanya and the real parampara is real freedom, man. I'm going to prove it more and more every day. This is just getting more powerful. We're going to prove it, my Lord, and I'm just just a willing instrument. You prove it, Lord. I don't care. We'll go up against the whole world. No problem. If the Lord is backing, Radha and Krishna backing this, then no problem, man. It's not in every lifetime you get a chance to be backed by Lord Caitanya, and you guys all get the same deal. My Lord is magnanimous. My Lord is munificence. My Lords are powerful. They want to give everyone what I got, you get. See? And what I got is more than good. See? Wow, this is an interesting class. What, steady 15 people, man. That's pretty amazing. I wonder who's here. I wonder who all the 15. I bet we got some spies. You got any spies out there? That's okay. We like people spying. I encourage spies. Come and see what we're doing, man. Come see what's going on here. See what all the ruckus is about. See Gohari fault finding the gurus, finding every fault and pulling them out, actually. Who else can do that? They can't do this for themselves and their disciples. So somebody's got to do the job. I mean, Prabhupada, he's accepting your worship in that sense, even though you didn't do a fantastic job of it. Still, because you helped him. And I'm here to serve his order, man. This is my life and soul. That's why I don't give up on ISKCON or Gaudiya Samiti or Gaudiya Math. You notice? I don't give up. I'm here for them. You could say I'm a disciple of Narayan Raj. I took initiation from him. I'm here to help him too. Why not? Radhakund Babaji's will help them also. It's the duty of the disciple to help their gurus, right? So I got initiation from them all, so I got to help them all. Maybe not in the way they were thinking when they were here, but or their disciples are thinking. Someone said, Nimai Pandit has now become a great devotee. How did they ascertain this? Because he chanted Hare Krishna ecstasy. So what is the problem, man? Nimai Pandit became a great devotee because they saw him with their eyes. He chanted Hare Krishna and tears pour out of his eyes. What is so hard to understand where great devotees are? Why should you understand that? Because if you can understand this simple truth, where the great devotees are, you're going to be delivered quickly. Nimai Pandit has become a great devotee, and they never left his association after that. Are you like that, everybody? Well, most people don't even know that that's what it's about. That's why I say, man, I'll kiss the feet of my ecstatic devotees. Why? Because God is living in their temple of their hearts and their bodies. Kissing their feet is directly kissing the Lord's feet. I have no shame. What I do. Where do you get a chance to kiss the Lord's feet? You got to get the right mailbox. That's an ecstatic devotee who's gotten the mercy of a real guru. That mailbox is direct. You think kissing the deity's feet up on the altar? Oh, kissing the feet of a devotee who is a living representative of the Lord is 100 times more strong, more direct. You're seeing where the Lord is active in this world. This is a Raganuga Bhakti principle that nobody understands clearly. So it's my great privilege and happiness to share these truths. Ramananda Roy came to Puri, Jagannath Puri, and all the devotees came there. And what did they do? Where did they go? Lord Caitanya was there and Jagannath was there. Where was the first place they went? Well, according to Vaidhi Bhakti, of course, you go to the temple of Jagannath first. But they didn't go there. They went to the temple of Lord Caitanya because the living Jagannath was alive expressing there. That's the first place to go. See? That's Raganuga Bhakti. Otherwise, that Vaidhi principle is a hindrance to you. That's why you got Vaidhi gurus, man, that don't understand the Lord. Go where the Lord is understood by ecstatic worship. That's the only way. Bhagavad Gita 10:10. To those who worship Krishna with loving ecstasy, I give them the understanding. That's Guru Dev. I give them the real knowledge. That's the knowledge you need from that person. If they don't have loving ecstasy, they're just superficial study scholar. It can't help you very well. We're going to make this point clear because Guru Tattva is going to deliver the world. Without Guru Tattva, forget about Rasa Tattva. They just speculate, oh, Radhe, 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 Radhe. It's all it is, empty words. People need to know Guru Tattva. Where is the real Guru, man? Real spiritual master delivers his disciples, just like the book says. They make the book alive. They make it a living testimony. You are it. A living testimony. That's what the world needs to see. Yes, it's true. It works. Even in the world, you buy products, all over the internet, always testimonies, right, to sell the products. A lot of times they're lies because Maya knows all this stuff. They lie, the testimonies, lies. Oh, the studies show. Oh, the studies, see, it's a testimony. The studies show of these false, fake guys. The studies show that if you associate with unvaccinated persons, the vaccinated will get contaminated. Now, that is the stupidest thing I ever heard. Can you listen to this? This is the latest scientific study. That's the testimony. You can see the bullshit in it. Just rip holes in it. Oh, I thought you got vaccinated so you don't get contaminated. And now the unvaccinated are contaminating the vaccinated? How can that be? You got all these boosters and all this so that you don't get contaminated, but now you're getting contaminated? All these lies, man. It doesn't make sense. Why should you have gotten all those things? Put all that stuff in your body, Make you imbeciles, Literally, people are becoming more and more stupid every day that have gotten those things. I mean, I see people, I talk to them. I can't believe what they're accepting. It's, oh yeah, it's the government, they're trying to keep me safe. Yeah, sure. You want safety? Get truth. That's safety and truth. You want real happiness and security? Get ecstatic devotion. See, that's here. And then they can do what they want to the body. You won't even care. Throw it to the lions. You'll die with a smile on your face like the Christians did. That made the Caesar mad. He was angry. He wanted to see them in terror. Isn't that what a terrorist is all about? Terrorism? This was created by our governments. They love, we want to terrorize, get people in fear because we can control them that way. That's Maya. It's Maya's tricks. They're just serving Maya. They think they got original ideas to do that. No, Maya just puts it in their heads. She's a servant of my Lord. If you're unwilling to serve the transcendental Lord and get sovereignty and freedom in that, well, Maya's right there. There's your big brother. Oh, you won't listen to Big Brother, which is the bona fide spiritual master here to give you sovereignty in the Lord, give you freedom in the true Lord? Then Maya's right there as your big brother, these big gurus, so-called gurus. That's your big brother, man. They're all telling you to do that, man. Did you see her? Go look. Even Dalai Lama says, See, there's your big brothers out there. They're also under the whammy of Maya. See? So here are real big brothers. See, this is the spiritual potency. Whereas the big brother is the spiritual master, the real associate of the Lord, representing that transcendental Lord that can assist you into transcendence forever. This is a one-way trip. You won't ever want to come back. Not in this way. You may come back and do Sankirtan like this and help your brothers and sisters and be a real big brother. Not big brother, let me help you to the slaughterhouse type thing. What kind of big brother? You're like a Cain. Remember, there is Cain and Abel. See, Cain, it's all as it is. Cain, you get the Cain when you follow the Cain path. See, Abel makes you able. It was the good one. Still not good enough. Pendra, Osho told in one video that there are Muslim people more than Hindu people in this world. And these Muslim people are not ready to agree Krishna is supreme. Even Christian, Buddhist people. They somehow try to say we can be Krishna too. We should not limit ourselves. Do you believe in this saying? Osho told in one video that there are Muslim people more than Hindu people in this world. And these Muslim people are not ready to agree Krishna is supreme. Even Christian and Buddhist people. He somehow tried to say we can be Krishna too. We should not limit oneself. Well, you see, this is the yogi thing. I mean, I read his stuff. I understand his mentality and mind. He's a yogi. He had some, the power of speculation. He was a great speculator. And he studied. He read, and professed. And he got powerful by speculatation. You can become powerful in all this. But inconclusive, very inconclusive. Not, and he can just tantalize speculators. They tantalize. They get a kind of a liberated feeling, and all this. And it sounds good, flowery words, all that stuff. Like Sadhu Maharaj. Oh, they have flowery words, all that. But doesn't do anything, really. Nothing like this. He got people out of repression. They started having more sex, which not is it's not necessarily good. It's not necessarily bad. It just depends, And so the Lord, it's hard to find, the devotees that are working in a really good way, really transcendental way. It's hard to find. So anyway. So let's say we can be Krishna too. That's Mayavadi. That's where he is caught up. They want to be Krishna. They want to be God. And they kind of feel it. It's just like these politicians. They get corrupted by power and they start to want to be like gods. See, people like him, he got corrupted just naturally. You get followers and you're not this kind of guru. You're going to get some level of corruption. Because only one who is used by the transcendental Lord doesn't get corrupted when you take a position as guru, which means worship. If I didn't know the real Lord, I would be corrupted by this worship, just naturally, because I don't know where the shelter is. The purification for me is in the transcendental Lord. See, the understanding is in the transcendental Lord, in the ecstatic worship. That's why you see devotees like, say, Lalita Ganga and Johan. They, especially Lalita, I would say especially her, she's got a special mood. Even though she's so ecstatic, she never gives up, Guru. See? She understands the tattva of this. See, and just by her example, she preaches. See? Some people get ecstasy, then they go away. See, that's not conclusive. See, so that you have to learn, how to be conclusive ultimately. Then you preach the narrow gate and the real path, and then the Lord will make you the real guru. Even in this life, people can get that, and will get that. Not everybody, but some. Just like Madhavinda Puri, he had some disciples that became guru, real guru, like him. Ishvara Puri was one. Not everybody, but some. Who cares? I mean, whatever you get here, it's so auspicious beyond your wildest dreams. You can't, whatever you get is fantastic and it's perfect for your level, And you can't just get it just any place. It's rare. You got to go where it's being given, and what's going on here is very rare. Okay, I think we'll stop here for a while. Thank you very much, everybody. Oh yeah, let's. Any words? Let's hear words from River. Give us a word.
Hi, Maharaj. Brilliant class. So clear. Very, very, very clear. Every word that you are saying now is just really, really clear. Actually, what Janaki was saying, so powerful, so strong, so straight to the heart, and clearing for all of us. The path that you preach is working. I follow it. I experience it. I go through it. It's happening here. Everybody needs to come here for whatever situation they are in, however they find themselves. They come here, they will get the shelter, they will have protection, they will be able to really rest and relax and really be able to receive the Lord more and more as clearing is happening. And we're held because the Lord is here. And without this, people are in danger. People are just spouting their nonsense. People are just trying to help people, and they're still falling into deep ditches again and again. And here we have the safety. We have the real representative, the real authority, bringing the real authority yourself. As the real representative, bringing the authority of the Lord through for all of us to hold on to, so we can keep moving through this again and again, no matter what happens. It works here for everyone, no matter what situation we are in. And just to give it time and to talk to us, if you have questions and if you get annoyed or if you get hurt, it's usually the false ego that is hurt and that takes you away from this. But to speak to us, of what's actually happening to you, and then we can get through together, and always come back to the center, always come back to this real circle of life, that is where the Lord is appearing every single day, where really there is true safety and shelter and relaxation. And people need to relax. I say this to myself, to relax, to be able to let go and receive the Lord. And it's happening here. There's no doubt. There's so much proof. There's so much evidence. It's just people's own material emotions and pride that's the stop that gets in the way. And like you said, you're that router that squeezes it all out, pushes it all out. And everything is from inside out. Not inside out now, from inside with the Lord to out now, and it's working.
Yeah,
it's really
and that's a great example. Yeah, that's a great example of how to deal with being here. Is if everybody coming, you're going to have problems. You're going to have. You have to assimilate these things. It causes changes in you, transformations in you. Things are kind of like, it may rub you the wrong way sometimes. All these things you got to grapple with. It's part of the path, just like River did personally. And so the way to get through it is communicate with the devotees. Say, hey, this is going on for me. This is a little tough, a little hard for me to handle. And share. Revealing your mind, that's actually part of the path in Nectar of Instruction, is to reveal your mind and confidentiality, so you can get through these things. A lot of times it's all in here. It needs to get out and kind of assimilate everything, and lay it out and look at it. So don't avoid doing that. Don't just repress. This is not like an ISKCON or all of these groups. They work very superficially. They can't get at. It's all etiquettes. They can't deal with what we're dealing with. This is very rare. This is a special expertise. If this wasn't here, everything would be superficial. People would just die of itis, because you got to go through a process, literally. The exorcism, just like with the Christians, with Jesus, he exorcised demons out of people. I mean, we all got them inside. They got to come out. And the more they come out, the more room for the bhakti is, and then they stay out. You stay on this path. You stay in this ecstatic place. And the Lord just keeps. God is like your doorman now. Keeps all the demons out. Like the pastime with Bali Maharaj, he was sent to hell. See, sent to hell, and his doorman was Vamanadev, God. See, and so you take that external pastime and make it internal. This is the kingdom of. We're in a hell in this world, see? But the Lord turns it into paradise because He's with you. See, and helps others transform into paradise. See, so this is, the process. Stick with it. We have a nice community here now, of devotees. You can call them up. You can send them emails, and messenger them, all that stuff. Thank you, Zuckerberg, for your participation in our preaching, even though you don't know you're participating. Yeah. So anything, just, communicate with the devotees. Okay. Thank you very much. And, Tom, you want to give us a word?
There's not much to say for me. I'm having this transformation from looking from a perspective from the mind, material things and material emotions, to the heart level, and that's what's going on. It's difficult for me to speak from. I'm listening and I'm learning.
Okay, great. Things, yeah. So, if you have something to say, you do. If not, you're doing something else. Okay, great. Hare Krishna, everybody. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
We'll be back.